So, hello everybody from the Androscoggin River. This is absolutely beautiful. I'm in New Hampshire. Oh, I'm just so wowzers. Whew. And there's the kid enjoying her time outside. She's loving life on the lead. Getting ready to open up my map and look and see where I'm going to park for tonight. What you saw was my view this morning and yesterday morning here on the Androscoggin River. It's been amazing. Um, I did paint yesterday. Meh. Am I happy with the painting? We'll see. I'll still put it out there. You know, sometimes I'm my own worst critic, and most of the time I'm my own worst critic. So I just put it out there anyway. It's not exactly what I'd envisioned in my head, but I took a bunch of images while here. So there's a beautiful mountain view that I'm going to include, and I'll throw in a picture of that right now. Cool, huh? That is a really beautiful view. So I do have to kind of go out and look for it, but still, totally awesome spot. Um, no, I don't have a drone. I am not a fancy channel. I'm a very simple person with a very simple plan. That with with the ability to stay open, I have found it works. You know, um, I don't have everything yet that I need, um, but those things are coming. Like, what are the things I need? I need an extra power source. Um, that is number one. I need to get Nugget fixed. I need a ceiling fan, but the power source has to come first, right? So there's an order to things. Those are the things I absolutely need. Then what are the things I'd like to get? Well, I'd like to, you know, go buy, there's special stuff you can buy for your windows and put it on my windows to tint the windows that aren't tinted so that I can pull my covers down and not feel like people can see everything during the day. Um, I know that changes the light in here, but sometimes, I kind of like the way that works. Anyway, um, so there's that, and then plus then people don't notice my ugly window covers as much. um, yeah, and it doesn't look as much as a van that is lived in with all of the windows tinted, because right now it's like half are tinted, half are not. So it's a little wonky, but it's not a big deal. That's something I can live without, right? So, what are the absolutes? Power source, because that enables me to stay off grid longer without expending so much gasoline. Because, like this morning, I had to run the engine. Well, one, I ran it because I wanted to heat the space. Let's be real. Um, these are chilly mornings up here in the fall. So, and we are heading into fall. as you could see by the color change in the tree across the way, which was so cool. I was like, wow, look at this perfect little picturesque place to paint. So yeah, this is, so the power source, and then the ceiling vent. So the ceiling vent is important for a multitude of reasons, which you could probably guess. The biggest of which is ventilation when I cook. Right now, I do my best to like cook with the doors open, but I'm not always in locations where I can do that, or I'm up too early in the morning. And I mean, I crack all the windows to make sure that I don't asphyxiate in here when I turn on the stove. And I do have a window that is a lever window next to the stove. So there is ventilation, but I can tell you if the wind is blowing a certain way, or on really cold mornings where it's like I don't want to have the wind blowing on me, a ceiling vent would make a difference. Because then I could have the windows closed. Anyway, so, but that is all in the future. The fact is that all costs money. So, the power source. Right now, I am in a position where I've been making enough money through my commissions to be able to survive, pay my bills. And I mean, this is literally just for today, because this is a sometimes you win, sometimes you lose kind of business to be in. So it would be great if I had commissions all the time, but it's not always going to be that way. So if you're interested in contributing this month, all contributions are going toward acquiring a power source. So the power source that I am purchasing, this will be the power source that I purchase, is a Jackery 500. It has the inverter in it. It is a high quality power source that'll last me beyond even any other upgrades that I ever get to do, or moving into a whole nother van or whatever. It will always be something I can use. The reason I want this particular model. Other people have shared less expensive models with me, but there's a reason I want this battery. It is incredibly high quality and it has a history of good longevity. So the Jackery 500 is the one that I'd like, because size-wise it's not too big. It's not, so I can move it around easily in this small space. But also, and that's the other thing, it's movable, right? I don't have to have it always in one specific spot. That is a big deal. So the other reason I want that is because, all right, so the Jackery 500 is $500. It's $4.99, whatever, So, and sometimes they do promos, sometimes they do sales, and it goes down to like $4.50 or something. So there's that, and then the solar panels, which I do not have to get right away. That can be an eventual upgrade. They're nice because they're collapsible. You can put them in a case and slide them under the bed. I have a spot for them. Then I can pull them out when I'm parked and exposed to the sun, and I can put them out next to the van and charge up the battery that way, or I can charge the battery while I drive, or when I'm parked at a friend's, I can plug it into their house and get it all fully charged while I'm stationary. It'll give me at least, I always will have to buy ice for my cooler. So that's every 4 days I buy ice for my cooler. So every 4 days, if the battery can last me for 4 days, which it should be able to do for the limited amount of items that I need to charge, right? Because I'm not going to be running any huge things off of this. But what it does do is it opens me up to being able to get the ceiling fan. so that can be next on my list of items to get, right? So the solar panels are another, like, I think a couple $100. I'm not sure. They have a package. So I'm not sure exactly what it is. I haven't really totally looked into it because I know it's not part of this purchase. So that's the next thing on the list, and then I can start looking at that. Only one thing at a time. So getting the battery, that also then opens me up to being able to get the ceiling vent, which I want a Max Air fan because it has the rain cover, and I do not have to run the fan all the time, right? I only need to run it when I absolutely need to pull air through or pull fresh air in to the van. So like I can just leave it open while I'm cooking. I don't have to have the fan on. I don't have to be running it all the time. But when I'm in really hot situations and I leave the van, okay, I want to be able to leave it for periods of time. Nugget would get hot in here if I didn't have a ceiling vent to be able to run it all the time. So as things have gone right now, I don't really leave the van for very long, or I make sure that I can be parked in the shade for her sake, or I make sure I have a place where I can put her for the day when I'm going out. And that's okay, and that has all worked. But if I have a ceiling vent, and the sun, the van gets exposed to the sun during the course of the day, that means it doesn't get deathly hot in here. It means that air is always circulating. It means that the floor or under the bed will always be cool because we can draw air. This is a very leaky van. That's the other thing. I mean, there's insulation that could be had. There's so much stuff that could be done to this, but I digress. That is a totally different video. Right now, it's just about the power source. So the power source enables me to charge my lights and to possibly even upgrade to LED lights, that I can put up on the ceiling so that I can have better lighting in here on rainy days and for making videos and all that kind of fun stuff. But mostly for painting. I'd be able to paint at all hours at that point if I have good lighting in here. That is also a difference because right now it's just I'm limited to daylight hours, and those are about to shrink. So I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. Right now, the focus is the power source so I can charge my lights, my phone, and my computer. And my batteries for other things that I have. I have a fan that I could run if I had that. There's all sorts of things that power source enables me to be able to be off-grid for the full 4 days of my ice, because I will always have to go and get ice. Someday a fridge, but not today. I'm not ready for that. So financially speaking, that's just a bit too much to bite off right now. One thing at a time. Battery. I'm really distracted. There's this really cool tree. The composition isn't quite right for me to want to take a picture of it, but I really love the way the roots are growing. Hang on, I'm going to show you. So anyway, making these videos is a huge part of being able to fund. I mean, it is the only way that I fund this journey of mine. It's how I get from place to place, and then I get to spend time with the people that I spend time with and get introduced to people that I get introduced to. So that is very much the way this whole thing works for me. So for those of you who want to support me but can't do so financially, if you share this channel, you share these videos, you share my experience, my journey, that is a huge way to support this channel, and that I truly appreciate. So, and thank you to everybody who has financially supported me already so far to get me to this point, to where I can say that for the month of September, my bills are paid, and even into the beginning of October. So I am able to put the money that comes in for the next few weeks aside for the battery. So if we can get to that $500 mark, that would be huge. I'd love to be able to do that by the end of September. So, all right, that's it. That's the goal I'm looking to achieve this month. And yeah, so I'm going to get busy finding a place to park for tonight, and I will catch up with you guys next week. Take care, everyone. Bye.